We've got Annie and Monica in the house. Give yourselves a hand. Welcome to the 10K Club.
Thank you.
So look, what was the biggest problem that you had initially that drove you to buying Clients Automation or joining Clients Automation?
Do you want me to answer that?
Go on, you can go for it.
Okay, so I'm Monica. This is Annie, the founder and CEO of Coaching in Schools. Very, very successful business. It was already a six-figure business, and the issue was that the figures were plateauing. So 6 figures, but not moving upwards, and it was a case of, Annie, you found it, didn't you, Coach COA, and thought that it was something that could take us to the next level. So we're not starting a business from scratch. You've had this business since when?
Well, for 20 odd years. It was incorporated in 2011. But yeah, for the last few years, like you said, it's been the 6-figure level, but it was just sort of really, what can we do? Because when you're fairly static for a few years, what do you do then just to take it up to the next level? So we were gradually creeping up, but we knew that we could accelerate it.
Yeah.
So what was the biggest problem with your scale? Like where was the bottleneck?
Marketing.
Actually, no marketing at all.
That's right. It was very much reliant on word of mouth and things. And
no lead flow.
No, that's right. And a lot of different theories in place. But what I've particularly found from listening to you on different things was that this method seemed to resonate and make sense with the way that we wanted to work, because I think a lot of people have got more of a scattergun approach and let's do everything, let's try everything, and we just knew that that's unrealistic, because obviously we're already serving hundreds of clients around the world. We haven't got time to be doing all of that, as well as give good customer service.
Yeah, it makes sense. Did you have capacity to double your clientele?
Yes, because we've already had online training set up. So
since 2014.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that's already been in place. That was all in place, pre-COVID and everything like that, which was great. So yes, it was really just the reach as much as anything.
Cool, makes sense. So look, what have you found most helpful so far? Sometimes people say like the system, sometimes people say the funnels, sometimes people say like the terms and conditions, sometimes people say the contract, sometimes people say the ads, sometimes people say the live support, sometimes people say having an ad team there for you, sometimes people say the one-to-one support. Out of just curiosity, which have you found most valuable so far?
Well, the one-to-one support you've said, haven't you, has been amazing.
Yeah, really good support in the group, definitely.
Yeah, and there have been some key things that we've implemented that have really helped. So things like the increased pricing. You gave us the courage to say, actually, you're going to have to pay a lot more for what we're delivering, because what we're delivering is top quality.
Yeah.
When you compare it to a lot of the things out there. We started consulting clinics, which you wouldn't have started without doing COA, and that's really increased the attractiveness of the online course, because our niche is schools. They love people to come to them and stand in front of them and teach like they would a class. They don't trust online training.
Well, I don't think anyone trusts online training. You can't, like today's market, you can't sell online training. Like the whole world wants to sell a course and do nothing. And that's where the majority of people want to put their focus in. And you just can't make that work anymore. You can't run ads to a course without support and any structures of actually helping someone get a result. It's completely, unfortunately, it's the market's completely different. So everyone has bought a course and not used it.
Yeah,
everyone has read a book and done nothing with it. Everyone's read every podcast, watched a YouTube video in the world, but yet they still don't have that actual outcome. And so we've seen a massive shift on how like the entire online space has changed based on you know, like we're refining COA again to 9.0, and we've doubled the amount of support. We've doubled the accountability structure so that you can't get away from it. Do you know what I mean? Like once you're in, the only thing that stops you from doing it is you. Like we cannot at any stage say that you weren't there. We're like all over them.
Yeah.
Like on so many different levels. Like we've got one-to-one messaging set up now. We've got an accountability process that we track them on a weekly basis. We can see exactly, we've got like full-time, we've got 6 people full-time in the back end making sure that people are doing the work, because people are just lazy. You know, that's the truth. They're just lazy, and they have this expectation it's going to happen without doing anything. And it's not their fault, because it's like, this is the way of the world today. People want to create a business, create an online business, put nothing in and generate millions back. And that's just a norm. You know, like when people put 10 grand in, 100 grand into a property and get 10 grand back, a 10% return is a good rate of return. And that's 10 years to get your money back. And in the online space, I have to deal with people that just think it's normal to put, 5-10 grand into something and get $1 million back. 100,000 ROI. Jesus. Well, you know the deal. You have to hold people accountable all the time. Okay, so did you have any reservations about joining, or were you worried about anything in particular, or were you worried about the money?
We were worried about the return on investment. We were worried about whether the strategies that you were going to teach us and advocate were going to be what we really, really wanted and what we needed.
I went through your call with Eric.
And?
No, it was just because he wanted feedback on it.
Okay.
I remember your concerns. Well, go on, carry on. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. So yeah, those were the concerns. In terms of if your course were to deliver, then we felt that the money was reasonable.
Yeah, that's right. Reasonable. I mean, yeah, definitely, because we've all been sold things, other trainings and stuff, and they promise things, and it doesn't work, it doesn't deliver. So and I think one of the things that was really, really beneficial was the templates as well, that you can then just take and make your own and that kind of thing, so that you're not starting from scratch, and you are really narrowing the focus, because our big challenge was about scaling up. That was the biggest challenge there, and it's just helped us to do that and to grow the list and things. So that's good. Yeah,
it makes sense. I totally agree. I mean, like, as your clients too, I think everyone has bought something and been let down, which is great. Like the more they do that, the better, because if you are someone that can over deliver, then it does become a game changer. Our 3 top competitors are given up, which is amazing, because like, obviously we're in a very competitive space, and in our space there's we're dealing with a lot of people that have been burnt, which is part of the process, but there's a lot of complaining as a whole. Like over the last year, I've seen more complaining than ever before, and I think it's just the way that the online is so oversaturated, and obviously people are being bombarded with so much different sorts of content, so they're disjointed and really don't have a clear path. So look, I'm excited for you guys, because even just the belief alone to charge higher, because it's one thing, hey, charge higher, you've got to genuinely believe that you're worth that value. And then if you believe that value, because you're part of something you see other people charging, your ability to generate a result for a client also completely transforms, because that level of certainty goes up. You can grow your business without charging the right prices, or at least, without a high price front end, it's almost impossible to stay profitable today. I would say, based on scale, because you've got to pay for ads, and as you start to deliver a great program, it costs even more to your fulfillment costs. It goes up. So yeah, I'm pumped for you guys, because it's early days and I'm excited for your next steps. So what would you say to someone that was on the edge of joining COA, and they were thinking about it but weren't sure?
I'd say go for it, because if you, I think the hand holding is really important in terms of COA. You know, that support is invaluable, and you have to be prepared. Well, let me qualify that, because I'd say go for it if you are prepared to put the work in, because there's a hell of a lot of work to do. There's a lot of learning, but there's also a lot of implementation, and you have to work at that. You have to do the, you know, the scripts, and you have to sit and think about producing this HVG. It's not just going to happen on its own. So if you're not prepared to do that work, then don't bother, because you're going to waste your money. But if you're prepared to put the work in, then the learning is broken down and the support is there.
Yeah, no, I look, I really appreciate that. It's difficult for me to talk on that because you do have to put the effort in.
Yeah.
Is it work? Do you know what I mean? Like it's always going to be a difficult subject for me, based on, you know, like it can be done. The first 3 sections, 1, 2, and 3, can be done in a weekend. 1, 2, and 3 can be done in an hour a week, an hour a day, 4 weeks. You know, so now they only get 30 days. Sorry, they only get 90 days to go through the whole thing. And we noticed, as you shorten people's time span available, they waste less time. And then, like, when it comes to like a funnel, or you could spend 10 grand to get a funnel, 2 grand on contracts, you know, 5 grand on terms and conditions. You could spend 20 grand on email templates. You could spend, you know, a couple of grand on ads. And so it all adds up. It's a 70K saving. But look, I do agree, you have to put effort in. Is it hard work? When people say it's hard work, I'm like, I don't know, like pressing buttons. Having a baby looks hard. That I would genuinely say that's hard work. Cutting down a tree, definitely hard. But today, I really do believe having an online business is not difficult. But you have to be someone that can apply yourself, and you can't be someone that is distracted, and you have to have a level of focus. And but you know, you guys, look, I just want to say thank you for you guys. You're amazing. It doesn't work without people that you know, like yourselves. So, you know, like, you are coachable, easy, and you put in the time. And so I'm excited for your next steps. Look, that being said, let's get you clear on your next steps